in Chudalmala and Mundakai have plunged Kerala into mourning, with the death toll now exceeding 358. Officials are worried the number could climb even higher as more than 250 people are still missing. The Indian Navy continues its rescue and relief operations in the landslide affected areas of the Wayanad district. To bolster these efforts, additional personnel, supplies and resources have also been dispatched from the INS Zimorin in Ezimala. Currently, 78 naval personnel are engaged in the ongoing operations, working in coordination with disaster relief agencies and the local administration across multiple locations, including Chudalmala and Mundakai. Anand, my colleague, is joining us at this point in time to talk more about this. Anand, if you're there with us. Anand,
yeah.
Anand, it looks very precarious right behind you. I can see there's a river behind you. There are people scattered, and it seems that the rescue operations are, in full swing. But the fact of the matter, the worrying cause is, Anand, that there are over 250 people who are not being located at this point in time. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, Vineet, look, you mentioned that how precarious the condition over here is, as more than 250 people are still missing over here in the landslides that struck Wayanad just on Monday night. And if we talk about, if we talk about the landslides over here, then today we went to the ground top of the above the Panchimuttam area, the Panchimuttam village. That was the first to get hit by the landslide. And there we saw that more than several portions of the mountains were completely washed away, which carried a lot of mud, sediments and big boulders of rocks, and those boulders were more than of 25 feet or 30 feet in size. So we can imagine the way in which this disaster has hit this picturesque town of Wayanad in Kerala. And even as the rescue operations are underway, we can imagine the way in which the army personnel or several of the Indian Navy or Coast Guard or NDRF, they all are engaged in the services of removing the debris. And when we spoke to a number of the officials over here from Indian Army, they admitted that it's very tough to clear the entire debris, as in the first region of that is Panjari Muttam, around 30 to 40 feet of debris is there. So removing it is a very challenging task. And we would like to mention that in the single stretch of Panjari Muttam, around 15 houses were washed away, and there were around 60 to 80 people who were clearly taken away by the landslide. Similarly, in the Mundakai area of Wayanad, which was just 2 kilometers below the downstream from Punjari Muttam by road, or we can say 800 meter hardly from where the Punjari Muttam village was hit first, and then Mundakai was hit second by the landslide. Then over there more than 100 of the houses were washed away. And similar was the condition at the third village of Chudalmala, where more than 100 houses were completely swept by the landslide that occurred on Monday night. But first it was the Panjari Muttam which received the landslide at around 2 a.m. and by 4 a.m. The landslide reached the area of Chudalmala, taking away all the precious lives of people. Around 358 people are now dead, and more than 250 are still missing. So now the army is admitting it will take a lot of time to recover all those bodies, because the debris is spread in several square kilometer, which is very tough to remove, and it is very tough to dig that much deep in this swanky mud over there, because even army personnel and NDRF, they are admitting that it is very challenging, not only challenging for them, but it is also risky for the people who are indulged in the rescue and relief operations over there. Back to you, Vineet.
Right, Anand, also talk about what has been the reaction by the state when it comes to this. Obviously, once this is all settled, there is going to be a going back on the drawing board kind of a situation, where it will be assessed that why wasn't something like this assessed earlier. Weather patterns are foreseeable. The nature of the soil, the nature of these landslides, and the possibility of it happening is foreseeable. Then why were these lives risked?
Yeah, look, Vineet, when we visited that Panjrimuttam area over here in the early morning today, and when we spoke to a number of the people over there, they said that the constructions that came up in this village around 10 to 15 years back, that is one of the reason over there. But the question needs to be asked over here now is that why, despite this reason coming into economic sensitive area, why those constructions were not allowed, were allowed along the bank of that river, which is coming directly into the way of the flow of the landslide. And similarly, the forest department officials even claimed that they had asked the residents over there to move away from these areas as there were warnings of heavy rains, but they were very adamant and they didn't move out of that area. So looking at these conditions, the biggest question that the state government will be left with is that they need to answer what are the actions that they are going to take as relocating them to some other areas. And because most of these people who have lost their lives over here are the workers of the tea estates, and it is very tough for them to relocate them and to provide them a living profession, what they have been doing for decades over here. So it's very challenging task for the state government. And if we'll talk more about why even Shashi Tharoor today came, and even Rahul Gandhi yesterday came over here, even CM Pinarayi Vijayan himself visited Churalmara village over here day before yesterday, 2 days back. So they are taking all the inspections now, and now they have to come on the drawing board that what are the alternatives that they need to come up with to relocate these people from these eco-sensitive areas which are very prone to landslides.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.